So, Good Sports, we're a national nonprofit organization that wants to give all kids a lifelong benefit of sport and physical activity by providing donations of brand new footwear, apparel, and equipment. Our end goals and what we're looking to achieve with organizations is to support them in increasing the amount of kids that they're able to serve in sports. We also want to be able to create new opportunities and overall enhance the experience that they're able to provide to their youth by supporting them with these donations of equipment, apparel, and footwear.
At Good Sports, we measure success a few different ways. The way that we've traditionally measured success are by looking at metrics like are the programs we support able to increase the number of youth that they serve? Are those youth able to have more time playing than they were previously? Are these programs that we support able to increase the amount of offerings, vary their sports that they offer to their youth that they serve? However, over the last year, that has changed in a big way, and our priority and really what we've been looking at are we still able to find ways to bring play to kids, and are we able to make sure that kids, no matter their circumstance, whether they're in school or not in school, whether they're still able to attend sports programming at their leagues or at the teams that they're on, do they have access to play, and are we being as creative and thorough as we can in finding ways to get equipment to kids so they can still play, because play is a right and not a privilege. Partnerships are at the core of our success. Whether it's our equipment partners who we rely on to provide us that we're then able to turn around and donate to the community partners that we serve, our partners in the community who are doing the work on the ground every day with the kids in the community and are providing play to those kids in creative and inspiring ways, or whether it's our corporate partners who are excited to be able to help us partner with organizations across the country and make an impact, on and off the field. So when we have partners like the Dick's Sporting Goods Foundation or like the New Balance Foundation who realize that they can do more alongside Good Sports, they're happy to donate, money and equipment to us so we can then turn around and find organizations doing the work who really need that equipment and donate that their way so they can truly impact the kids and expand their programming and continue to do the amazing work that they're doing on the ground in their communities.
So at Good Sports, we work with most youth servant organizations. This can be schools, facility-based programs, and grassroots community-based organizations as well. Any interested program can visit our website, goodsports.org, and click on the Apply tab. Just be sure to review the criteria and eligibility that we have for the application for the programs we support. If you have any questions, you'll have an email there that you can reach out to. And the great thing about the application and a Good Sports is that we accept them on a rolling basis. So there's no deadline for organizations to apply each year. It's truly when they have the time to sit down and fill out the application. Being able to know that we are able to put more kids in the field, or we're able to kind of boost their morale and confidence, I think that's really the most fulfilling part of working with organizations that are doing such great work in their local communities to provide these youth with these opportunities.
Working in the sports-based youth development field is truly a community of like-minded individuals who are all coming together with a common goal. And at the end of the day, whenever you're able to help an organization or to increase play amongst the kids that they serve, that's a good day. So it's really a privilege to be able to work in this industry and in this organization. Good Sports and FundPlay and LeagueApps make so much sense to kind of collaborate and work together and alongside each other. So we're really excited to be joining you all for the summit and to tell you a little bit more about Good Sports. And we hope that we can be seeing lots more of each other in the future.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first ever FundPlay Summit. We're thrilled to have you here and that you could join us. Hope you've enjoyed the summit so far, having heard from Tom Farry and Assembly Member Monica Wallace about the New York sports mobile sports betting bill and the allocation for youth sports nonprofits, as well as the LA Dodgers Foundation case study around impact evaluation and the way that they're using UpMetrics, Hello Insight, and LeagueApps software to manifest their impact and tell the story around the great work that they're doing. We're going to talk a little bit about FundPlay software as part of our larger holistic recap and overview about the FundPlay program, which really boils down to software, community, and advocacy. So let's dive in. We've been spending a lot of time and energy at LeagueApps building up our team around impact and community. You heard earlier from Benita Fitzgerald-Mosley, who's the president of FundPlay and a former Olympic gold medalist, fearlessly leading this FundPlay team. I'm Jared Cooper, I'm the program director of FundPlay, and I'm joined by Nate Baldwin, who's the customer success manager for all of our FundPlay partners. Nate, why don't you take a moment to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi everybody. My name is Nate Baldwin. As Jared mentioned, I'm a customer success manager here at LeagueApps. I support both of our adult recreation partners, but I also support our FundPlay new and existing partnerships. A little bit about myself. I've got 20 years of experience as a program administrator and have been a longtime advocate for inclusive, high quality sports experiences. And my previous stop prior to LeagueApps was as the youth sports programmer for Appleton, Wisconsin Parks and Recreation Department.
Thank you, Nate. Thanks for all the great work you do with our FundPlay partners. I've been at LeagueApps for a little over 4 years, and I also serve on the Leadership Council of the Laureus Sport for Good New York City group. So I've made supporting sports-based youth development organizations really a focal point of my career, and it's also a passion of mine personally as well. So in terms of what we're going to talk about today, we really want to give you, again, a holistic view of the FundPlay program, dive a bit more deeply into the software, the LeagueApps software that's so central to our FundPlay program, and then talk about the next steps coming out of this conversation. So FundPlay is the social impact pillar of LeagueApps, and it's really built into the fabric of who we are as a mission-based and purpose-driven organization. And it focuses on our software, the community that we're building, and the way that we're advocating for the youth sports sector, particularly the sports-based youth development sector. In terms of software, we're referring to a free perpetual license of LeagueApps software that comes as part of the FundPlay software grant. We have a quarterly grant process. The application is actually currently open, and we'll share ways that you can apply and read more about our program towards the end of this session. In terms of community, that's what the FundPlay Summit kind of exemplifies. It's capacity building and professional development programming, as well as workshops and town halls that we run specific to the needs and interests of the sports-based youth development sector. Additionally, this kind of community aspect involves our third-party partnerships that provide even more benefit to our FundPlay partners. We'll talk about Positive Coaching Alliance, UpMetrics, and Hello Insight in just a moment as well. And I referenced Assemblymember Monica Wallace's interview earlier. When we heard about her proposal to allocate some of the funds from mobile sports betting tax revenue to youth sports nonprofits, we just jumped at the opportunity to support her. We hosted her on a town hall with New York-based sports-based youth development organizations, led a sign-on letter that was sent off to New York State legislators and leadership, and led a grassroots effort to advocate for the passage of that proposal. So we're thrilled to have played a small role in its success, and really think that could be a model going forward. It's something we'll continue to advocate for, as well as other funding mechanisms at the local, state, and even the federal level, which is more aligned with our work with the Play Sports Coalition, which we've been leading since its inception. So why do we do this? Ultimately, we have strong beliefs about what LeagueApps is all about and about the youth sports environment, and central to that is sports for all. You can see here in this picture, our CEO, Brian Litvak, was speaking at the Youth Sports Industry Conference that we organized in 2019 called Next Up, which we run annually now. And we spoke about our beliefs there, and Sport for All was one of those, and it was really important and integral to everything we're doing as an organization. This idea that every child should have access to amazing sports experiences. And that's what really the mission of FundPlay is. It's to support sports-based youth development organizations that are doing great work in underserved communities, with our software and community. In terms of what we're actually providing, what does it mean to be a FundPlay partner? I mentioned the software that Nate is going to dive into in just a moment. Alongside that free license for sports-based youth development organizations are microgrants, small cash donations that come as part of the grant, as well as independent donations that we'll make throughout the year as well. Events like the FundPlay Summit and town halls and workshops that really build the community and network around the SBYD community and youth sports nonprofits. And we're thrilled that organizations now have access to free coach training from Positive Coaching Alliance for their staff and their coaches for being FundPlay partners. We've also worked with UpMetrics and Hello Insight to provide discounts to their software and kind of seamless integrations to the work that they're doing on the impact evaluation front and their tools. So we're just going to continue to build out support and benefits for our partners. So there's more to come, and we're excited to continue to roll out this capacity building support for all of you and the great work you're doing. In terms of some of our grantees, we've continued to expand nationwide and across different sports and types, from team sports to individual sports, the organizations that we're providing grants to. Here's a small sampling of some of the great organizations who have benefited from the FundPlay grant program. We're thrilled to have them as part of our community. And I mentioned we have an open grant program, which runs on a quarterly basis. We're going to be providing dozens more FundPlay software grants and awards throughout the course of the year. And so we encourage you to apply or find out more, and we'll tell you how to do that coming at the close of this session. With that, I'd love us to dive a little bit more deeply into the software. I'm going to hand off to Nate Baldwin, who can talk about how organizations can make the most of our software and why it's so important to really dive in with an admin tool like LeagueApps and some of the features and functionality that we're providing. So Nate, I'll let you take it from here.
Yeah, thanks, Jared. I think this is going to be a really valuable piece for many of you on the session here. Jared's done a great job of really describing the big vision and mission of FundPlay as a whole, and it really is a holistic effort to put our own beliefs, kind of into the ecosystem and help organizers on the ground deliver programs in a high quality, equitable, inclusive way. And so the key to all of that is the software itself. The software itself has to be functional, it has to be effective, and it has to help you improve your own processes and improve your own delivery of programs on the ground. So I'm going to go through some of the high level capabilities of the platform and talk about some of the most impactful features that we have to offer. First, I want to just take a high level view of the benefits of a sports management system overall. When you're thinking about the way that you've historically managed your programs, a lot of times that can look very manual. It can look very pieced together. It can involve a lot of different systems. So why would one want to take advantage of LeagueApps software and a software grant that we offer to our FundPlay partners? I think it really comes down to efficiency and delivery. First of all, on the efficiency side, it saves you time, it saves you money, and it does that by consolidating all of your processes, all of your data into a single place. And that's a really important takeaway that we're going to dive into a little bit further on subsequent slides here. It's a single system for you and your team to learn. This is not a process that's going to be parsed out amongst many different platforms, many different programs. It's all contained within this one LeagueApps ecosystem. It's data at your fingertips. I mentioned consolidation, and I think that's a big feature that LeagueApps offers that is probably a big advantage from how organizations have operated historically. It consolidates all of that user, member, and registration data in a single place so that you can leverage that data as you assess your own efficiency and as you try to tell the story of the impact you're making in your communities. Next, it's user-friendly, and I mean that in a way that equates to both administrators and end users, your participants. It's a single link registration where your participants can get accustomed to a routine of registration for your programs that is repetitive over and over and over again. It's very simple to navigate for them and for you. And it's easy to leverage the features that are available in LeagueApps to increase your own program efficiency in the way in which you manage your data. Last 2 points I think kind of go together. Customer support is a big one. This is not the kind of situation where we're just going to hand off a grant, hand off the software to you and say, good luck. We also wrap support in that effort as well. We want to make sure that you become efficient and fluent users of the platform. And so we wrap you around with high-level support that will help you and your staff become trained in the system, effective in the system, fluent in the system, and then be able to pass that experience on to your end users and your participants. All of those collectively help you focus on your impact by making your lives easier, by making your role as an administrator simpler, more effective, more efficient. That allows you to focus your time on your participants and your programs. It allows you to focus on the delivery. And that is where you can really drive impact in your community and where you can then tell the story of that impact and help drive more participation and better outcomes. I think the best way I can share how helpful a platform like this is to quote our partners themselves. Debbie from Atlanta Youth Tennis and Education Foundation had this to say about our software. She said that it's been a lifesaver for registration and communication purposes, 2 key benefits of the platform, and that both of those things leverage the way in which the platform consolidates data. James from Chicago Run, I think the takeaway line in here is by partnering with LeagueApps, we have more time available to design and deliver programming to build up the social, emotional, physical well-being of our youth participants. I just mentioned it in the last slide. It allows you the time to focus on your impact and your delivery. So let's get in a little bit deeper on these features and these capabilities of the LeagueApps platform itself. These are the things that allow you to make youth sports and youth activity happen. We're going to talk about registrations. It allows you to take your entire registration process online and automate that flow for both you as an administrator and your end user participants. It allows you to consolidate all of your data in a single location. This is member data, this is participation data, this is registration data, this is financial data. It allows you to consolidate all of that information in one place and generate the reports necessary to tell that story and increase your efficiency. Third area is communication. This is a big one that we'll talk about in a little more depth in a slide that's coming up, but it allows you to leverage that consolidation of data to target and make more efficient the communication with your participant base. It allows you to really dial in specific messages to specific audiences instead of having to manage email imports and exports and try to manage all that in Excel sheets, for example. The fourth thing we'll talk about is LeagueApps integrations. We have the ability to share that data across a couple of key third-party platforms that allows you to take your impact even further. And lastly, we're going to talk about onboarding and support. We're going to come back to the ways in which we help you become fluent and effective using the system to deliver your programs. So the first area we're going to talk about is registrations. Obviously, this is going to be the most critical piece for you as you take your program from your previous solution to the LeagueApps solution. I think the biggest takeaway for the registration capabilities in the LeagueApps platform is that it's infinitely flexible and customizable. And what I mean by that is that we are not going to force feed a series of program setups down to you and expect you to fit your program types within them. We have a variety of program types available, and within each of those program types is a variety of settings and features that will allow you to customize that event to your specific program type. So we can really take a holistic look at the different programs that you offer, adjust the different settings and capabilities to provide the exact experience you want to provide on the registration side to your participants. So I think that's something that LeagueApps offers that few others do. And that ends up being one of the most effective features that we have to offer our partners. Another point that I'll make is that it's device agnostic. Obviously, in this day and age, there are a variety of different ways of interacting with software platforms. Some are through desktop means, some are through mobile. Some are through some sort of hybrid mode of that. And one of the best things about LeagueApps is that it is device agnostic. On the right-hand side there, you can see a mobile view of a registration page. So this is what someone would see if they were registering for a program through a mobile device. So it provides that flexibility to both our administrators and our users. Second area I want to talk about is data and reporting. I think the big takeaway here is that if we collect a data point through the registration process, we can report on it. And that's a really powerful feature for administrators. It allows you to tell the story of your demographics. It allows you to capture and report on the different demographic data that might define your audience. It allows you to collect and report on very basic and functional things for your program delivery, things like rosters and team lists. This is something you can hand to coaches, you can hand to volunteers, you can hand to other staff members to verify identity, verify team makeup, and things of that nature. So that's another way in which we can report out on that data. Lastly, we can report in ways that help tell the story of your impact. So if you need historical information that show trends, that show tendencies, these are the kinds of reports that can help show donors, grant funders, things of that nature, really tell the story of your program and your program history. So the big takeaway there is if we can collect the data point, if we can create the questions that gather that data, we have a way to report out on it. On the right-hand side, you'll see an example, and this might look like a lot of very small words, but this is an example of a report that you can then export into a spreadsheet, and it's giving you all the different data points. These are all data points that we are collecting over the course of this particular registration, and it's giving us the ability to select all, select none, or select some subset of. And that's a very powerful, flexible feature that allows you to do with your data what you need to do. Largely, this allows you to leverage your data both internally and externally. And what I mean by that is it allows you the ability to assess your different data points and make internal programmatic decisions, allows you to focus on your efficiency. It allows you to focus on program strategy. A lot of those decisions are data driven. And if you can consolidate that data and have it easy to report out on in one place, that allows you to be more efficient in the way you make those programmatic decisions. It allows you to focus recruitment of staff, recruitment of new participants. It allows you to assess and analyze the gaps that might exist in your programming and target your strategy accordingly. And lastly, I mentioned this one earlier, it allows you to tell the story for your funders. If you are a grant-based organization, a lot of times that information is specific to the audience that you're serving. They want to understand the impact that you're making in your community. LeagueApps data reporting allows you to tell that story and satisfy those requirements from your funders. Earlier, you heard a very effective case study that is coming from the LA Dodgers Foundation. So I think that's a really good example of how data can be used in an internal way to increase your own efficiency, but also in an external way to really tell your story and drive impact. The next one we're going to talk about is communication. And in my humble opinion, this is probably one of the leading tools of the LeagueApps platform. Along with the topic of data consolidation, this is where it can really make your life as an administrator a lot easier. Our communication tools, both email and text, allow you to reach your community where they are through those different capabilities. Another big feature here is it eliminates the need for you to manually manage, import, and export your contact lists. There's no longer a need to shuffle that around, understand who's on what team, consolidate all that on your own manually. when registration is occurring within the system, it's automatically compiling this data so that you can filter it as needed to target the audience you need to target. And that gets to that fourth point there. It allows you to segment the list as needed, connect with the right people, and give them the right message. On the right-hand side, you'll see just a brief screenshot of our filtering capabilities when you are composing an email message through the LeagueApps platform. If I were to click on that second button down there, the filter by programs and games, what this would do is it would open up a secondary filtering capability where you can dial in the specific message to a specific league or program, a specific team or group within that program, and even specific types of participants or volunteers or coaches or admins. So it's an extremely powerful tool. In my case, when I was an administrator, this made my life infinitely easier. It took a huge load off of my shoulders. And I think for the partners that I interact with on a regular basis, this is one of the big features that has made the most impact in terms of day-to-day life and day-to-day demands. I'll briefly touch on LeagueApps integrations. In my opinion, this is probably the next frontier of capabilities within the LeagueApps platform. Because of all of this data consolidation that we're doing, it allows us to do some powerful things in terms of sharing that data with third-party providers and platforms. I just got done talking about how effective and efficient I was able to be using the LeagueApps communication features. But if one of your legacy programs has been MailChimp, for example, which is another email marketing tool, we have the ability to create an integration that will share LeagueApps registration data with your existing MailChimp account. So if that's working for you and you'd prefer not to make a big change there, we have the ability to share that information across both platforms and enable your use of that MailChimp system as you move forward. So that's an example of one integration we have. UpMetrics is another one that you'll see in the lower right there. UpMetrics is a platform that provides the ability to visually report out on demographic level information. This is a very popular system within the sports-based youth development world. And we do have the ability to create an integration there that will share your LeagueApps data with UpMetrics so that you can report out in a visually effective way on that demographic data. This is an area where we're always looking to improve. Again, I mentioned this is kind of the next frontier, and I believe it is. We're actively looking at different integrations that might be helpful for our partners. And this is where your feedback can be incredibly valuable. As we get deeper and deeper into the sports-based youth development ecosystem, this is where you can help us understand the integrations that would be useful for you, helpful for you. And these are considerations that we can then take as we continue to develop the LeagueApps platform. Onboarding and support. So this is where I personally come in, as do many members of my customer success team. So just like with all LeagueApps partners, we always have live chat and email support available. And this is a great source of training and onboarding, especially in the early days when you are becoming fluent in the system. But the second bullet point there I think is important too. You will also have a dedicated customer success manager, which is me. And I support all incoming and existing FundPlay partners. And I want to be an active partner of yours. I don't just want to answer the questions that you might have at any given moment. I really want to be a strategic partner with you and help you accomplish your mission on the ground. So that involves conversations about use of the platform strategically, coming up with creative ways in which to leverage the different features and capabilities, and working with you to make sure that you're becoming confident and fluent within the system. It goes along with that third point. We want to support the technical, yes, but we also want to support the strategic. We want to help you become more effective in the delivery of your programs on the ground. And our team believes in and supports the work you do. And we want to continue to help you have an impact on your communities. This is what the FundPlay initiative is all about. And so this is where that becomes real for us. When we can help empower you, and then you can help deliver those programs on the ground and do your jobs better, that's what allows us to fulfill that overall FundPlay mission.
Thank you so much, Nate, for that dive into our product and some of our features and functionality that's most interesting and relevant for the SBYD community and FundPlay partners. And hopefully this has been a good overview of FundPlay, the benefits and the LeagueApps software for all of you out there. We'd love to continue the conversation with all of you. If you're already a FundPlay partner, feel free to continue to reach out, communicate with Nate. You see his email is there for you. We want to make sure that your summer and fall programs are set up and that you're able to utilize our software to the best of its capabilities. Additionally, I mentioned the Positive Coaching Alliance coach training, as well as UpMetrics and Hello Insight. We're putting some links in the chat, and we'll also follow up after the FundPlay Summit, additionally, to make sure that you have an opportunity to take advantage of all of these different benefits. So feel free to do so if you are an existing partner. And if you're not yet a partner and you're new to FundPlay and the LeagueApps platform and our community, welcome. We're thrilled that you're here and that you're interested in networking with other SBYDs and learning more. We'd love for you to join the community more formally. We have a quarterly grant application that I've mentioned. That link is also in the chat as well. We'd love for you to apply and reach out if you have any questions. One way to do so right away is to join us at support tables in Remo. So Nate and I will both be at tables. We'll have other folks from the LeagueApps team there as well. So feel free to stop in, ask any questions about the FundPlay program, about our software, ways that we can support you, and we'll look forward to doing so. So thank you so much for joining us. We've got another great session coming up after this. We've got an Impact Spotlight, as well as the nonprofit fundraising and board management workshop with Amanda Krause. So please take a moment to network, take a short break, and we'll see you back here again soon. Thanks so much.
Hi, my name is Tyree Burks, and I'm the founder and CEO of Players Health. We're super excited to be partnering with LeagueApps and the FundPlay Summit to provide a couple safety tips for your organization this season. At Players Health, our mission is to create the safest environment possible for an athlete to play the sport that they love. It's simple, but definitely not easy. And in order for us to achieve this mission, we have to be a part of the solution. Here are 3 steps that your organization can take to ensure that your members contribute to the overall health and safety of your athletes this season. Step 1, make sure that your organization has all of your risk management policies and protocols documented and updated if needed, and properly communicated to all of your staff, members, and athletes. This helps make sure that everyone is on the same page with understanding exactly how they should operate as a member. Step 2, the month of April is Abuse Awareness Month. Abuse prevention and awareness is extremely important in sports, and in order for us to be a part of the solution, it's important that you start a conversation. Silence cannot make change. Make sure that your organization is proactive in communicating and training all of your staff members and athletes, and also sharing social posts throughout the season to create awareness. Let's be a part of the solution here. Step 3, in sports, injuries and incidents will happen. As an organization, it is our responsibility to be prepared to respond properly when these things do happen. Make sure your organization has documented emergency action plans for scenarios like concussions, cardiac arrest, lightning strike, and etc. And make sure all of your staff and members are properly trained to respond when things do happen. As I shared before, our mission at Players Health is to create the safest environment possible for your athletes to play the sport that they love. My name is Tyree Burks, and I thank you all for being who you are and for investing in what I believe is the greatest asset that we have, our children. Thank you.